Tonight's game was really decided in the first quarter. It was a pretty even game for the second, third, and fourth quarters. We won the paint. I thought our team played pretty physical for three quarters of the game. Credit to Houston, 27 threes is pretty outstanding. A lot of those were deep. Fred's a hell of a player. Jalen's a hell of a player. They both got really hot, and this is going to continue to be part of the learning process for our team, is the ability to adjust in a game and to understand that when somebody's hit a few and they've got it going, you have to adjust your pickup point. You have to adjust how you're guarding them. You have to adjust your urgency. It's not about a scheme. It's about being present in the game. It's about really understanding what's going on around you. There's a lot of things that go on in organized basketball that in a weird way would never happen in a pickup game, because you're not relying on anybody else to tell you anything. I promised that if I hit 5 threes in a row in a pickup game, our team wouldn't let me shoot the sixth. But we've got to a point right now where, we've got a lot of young players that are playing heavy minutes, and there's times where we're a little bit too thoughtful. We're trying to follow a plan. We're trying to execute perfectly what your responsibilities are, and we're not playing the game. And that's a balance that we have to find as a team. I think young players go up and down through moments of being hyper-focused on the technical plan and being correct, or really the flip side, not being wrong, so they don't get yelled at. And then sometimes they are in a space of maybe not thinking at all about the plan and just kind of hooping. The sweet spot is in the middle, where you understand the plan, you understand the concept of what's trying to be executed, but you're still a free-thinking player, and you make adjustments in the moment, because situations vary so much in this league now. The lack of positions that we see with a lot of teams, the changing of where people are on the court, like spacings can be the same, but where different players are changes rotations, and I'm going to stunt to this guy and not rotate to him. But on the next possession, it's two different people, and so I should rotate to him and I should leave the corner. There's so many different variations that happen, and that's the process of learning that we're going through as a young team right now.
Is there a piece in there also that's like, score 85 points in the first half, you're trailing by 35, like at a point, are the players like, well, okay.
Yeah, it's an emotional game. The way they played in the first quarter, you go in at halftime and you're down 30. It's hard to bounce back, but you have to find that element within you of pride. You also have to have the recognition that all these minutes matter. Somebody's always watching, and you always have something to play for. This is a business, and these guys are trying to make careers for themselves. And so every minute that you get to play in an NBA game is valuable. You should never take any of those for granted. There's a lot of players who are out of the league right now who would be foaming at the mouth to get 5 minutes in an NBA game. And so the urgency, the preparation, and kind of the humility that it takes to recognize that is important. That nobody's bigger than the league. Nobody's nobody's guaranteed anything in this business. And so, I want our team to always be thinking about the Utah Jazz and competing for our team. But there also is a selfish element that you should tap into and say, I'm going to do everything I can every single night to represent myself in a positive way, because I want to be in this league and I want to make money and I'm trying to provide for my family. Like, those things are very real too. So wherever you find your inspiration, that's up to you. But anytime you take the floor in the NBA, it matters.
Do you have anything to say about the altercation between Chris and Jabbar? I mean, I know they got into it a little bit last time I heard too.
Yeah, honestly, I had forgotten about that until all of that happened. I didn't see what happened. I was looking down at the other end of the court, and by the time I turned around, they both kind of had each other by the jersey. Obviously, happy, lucky that it didn't turn into something more. Those moments are never fun. But I think it's just two really competitive guys that were getting into it. I had totally forgotten that they had the little thing at the end of the last time we were here. But, yeah, I just saw Chris. He's fine.
Does it seem like the rookies, I don't know if it's lately, I've just noticed it lately, the decision-making when they actually get the ball in their hands is just a little bit late, and guys in this league are just going to take the ball or they're going to slap at you. And so it seems like they're getting caught in that, where they're either two defenders or it's just one. Yeah, we've struggled to make quick decisions. It's led to some turnovers. It's led to some tough moments. I think, again, recognizing what's going on around you. And with experience, you're able to think ahead. I think right now they're all in situations, they're each different in their own way, but they're all in situations where they're in a new spot, and that has new demands on them, and they're trying to learn those situations now so that as we move forward, they can think ahead. As the ball is coming to them, they can kind of see the play unfolding, and it helps them make the decision right before it happens or as it's happening, and not once I have the ball, now I take a look. Thank you. Thanks, Will.